Welcome to the course of Metrology and Measurement, where I shall discuss about the method of measurement, and I am Dr. Gautam Pal, the Associate Professor of ME Department in the University of Engineering and Management, Kolkata. Before I going to discuss about the methods of measurement, I shall discuss about some topic of the previous slide, that is the where I have discussed the direct method of measurement, indirect method of measurement, and the comparison method of measurement, and also the substitution method of measurement. In the case of direct method of measurement, I have discussed that it is very simple. You can directly measure the method, you can directly measure the length or angle or any object dimension directly with the help of an instrument which is also graduated with the help of a standard one. And also with this direct method of measurement is not so accurate, though there is no mathematical calculation is needed, but still it is not so accurate because of the operator intervention where the parallax error and other operator error may be there. But in case of indirect method of measurement, like the measurement of acceleration, measurement of velocity, measurement of area, measurement of volume, you cannot directly measure this quantity. For that, you have to measure the basic quantity, basic physical quantity, and from this basic physical quantity, you can derive this quantity, that is area, volume, acceleration, velocity, etc. Now next is your comparison method, where you can compare your physical object to measure with a master gauge, and for that the common instrument used is dial indicator, where dial indicator is used to measure the difference between between the object to be measured, that is the measurand, and the master gauge, where when you measure this or compare this object, we will check the dimension, deviation of the dimension of the measurand from the master gauge. Next, other comparators are there, like sigma comparator is there, like Johansson microcutter is there, like the Solex pneumatic comparator are there, etc. Now next is the substitution method, where in the case of substitution method, you have to use, like I have already told, that the measurement of mass by substitution method, like Borda method, where the measurement of mass of a metal, measurement the mass of a acid, measurement the mass of an alkali can be measured by displacement of the hydrogen mass by 1.008 gram, or the 18 gram of oxygen, or 35.5 gram of Cl2. So these methods was discussed, and now in this presentation I will show you how to measure the quantity with the help of transposition method. Transposition method is very common. It is just like a balance system that is commonly used in our daily life. If I go to market and if I go to purchase some amount of vegetables, then the shopkeeper will do what the shopkeeper will do. First, he will place his unknown quantity, that is your amount of vegetable, in some pan of the weighing machine, and in the other weighing machine, in the other pan, the known weight is to be placed. Suppose this known weight value is x. Now again this x is replaced by the amount that to be measured, or measurand v, and again on the other pan the another known value y is placed. So if there is no error in this balancing method, then this unknown value will be the geometric mean of just the square root of the x and y. And example is I have already discussed, that is the determination of mass by balancing methods and known weights. Now next, here is some diagram I have used to clarify this method. Here you can see that is there is an indicator. There is an indicator which shows the perfect balance of this object on the two pans, and where your unknown weight input, that is the measure end, is to be placed, and on the other side the balance input with the known one, you have to balance this indicator. Okay, and after that you have to replace this known one with this unknown quantity, and in this pan you have to place another known quantity to balance it again. To reduce the error in this balance, reduce the error in this instrument, you have to do this replacement job, and the total weight of this unknown input will be v equal to root over x into y. Suppose this is x, and in this pan this is unknown quantity v, and again in this pan this is v, and in this pan there will be placed y quantity. So v equal to root over x into y, that is I have shown. Now next method of measurement is the complementary methods of measurement. In this method of measurement, measuring is combined with a known value of the same quantity. The combination is so adjusted that the sum of these two values, equal to the predetermined comparison value. Okay, that means one of the example of this determination of the volume of a solid, by liquid displacement. Here what happens, suppose you want to measure the volume of a cork, then you have to combine this measurement, that is the cork, with a known value, that is suppose a stone, known value of the same quantity. Then to show this measurement of a volume of a cork with the help of liquid displacement can be shown in the next slide, where you can see I have to take some amount of water in a tube, and suppose it shows that 40 milliliter of the water is there, and then you have to dip a stone inside the water such that the volume will increase certainly, and it will be 52 milliliter. And next we shall dip the stone with a cork attached to this thread. Next, since there is a volume of stone is there, so the this volume will be so the stone and with cork will displace the water of same volume, so the volume will be now 58 milliliter. So we know that this displacement of water is now how much? That is 52 millimeter. 58 minus 52 milliliter, that is 6 milliliter. So 6 milliliter is the amount of water which is displaced by this cork. 6 milliliter is the amount of water which is displaced by this cork, and so the volume of the cork is 6 centimeter cube. So this is one of the example of the complementary methods of measurement and estimation of the volume of a cork by water displacement method. So in this slide, I have discussed about the some methods which are very interesting from the metrology point of view. One is the first one was the one is complementary methods of measurement, and another is your transposition methods of measurement. So thank you.